You know, it's amazing how a tiny two-letter word can completely change everything. That word, it's if. And today we're going to dive into how this simple word, along with its sidekick then, is basically the secret code for how we think about, well, everything, from hard science to just figuring out our plans for the weekend.
Okay, let me ask you something super simple, and I know you know the answer. If you heat ice, what happens? Yeah, it melts, right? Every single time. And believe it or not, just by answering that, you've used one of the most powerful tools in our mental toolbox.
So what is this superpower? It's called conditionals. And it's actually really simple. It's got two parts. You've got the condition, that's the if part, and then you've got the result, what happens because of the if. And this isn't just some boring grammar rule, you guys. It's literally the language of cause and effect. It's how we make sense of the world all day, every day.
All right, let's start with the big one, the most solid, absolute type there is. We're talking about the zero conditional. Think of this as the tool we use for the unbreakable rules of the universe.
Yeah, the zero conditional is all about one thing, certainty, 100%. We use it for things that are just always true. If the condition happens, the result is an absolute, no questions asked guarantee. We're talking scientific facts, general truths, the basic instruction manual for how things work.
So take a look at how this is built. The secret sauce here is that both parts of the sentence, the if and the result, use the simple present tense. If you heat ice, it melts. See? Both present. If I am late, my teacher is angry. Again, both present. It's a straight line, a direct, unbreakable link. This happens, so that happens. Boom. Simple as that.
Hey, here's a cool little pro tip for you. Because it's zero conditional is all about certainty, you can actually swap out the word if for when, and it means the exact same thing. When you heat ice, it melts. See? It works perfectly. They're interchangeable here.
Okay, so we've got facts down cold. Now it's time to level up and start talking about the future. And for that, we need the first conditional. This is our go-to for predicting what's probably going to happen next.
I like to think of the first conditional as our own personal crystal ball. We're not talking about 100% guaranteed scientific facts anymore. Now, we're talking about very real, very possible future situations. This is the language of making plans, making predictions, all about those likely outcomes.
Okay, pay attention here, because there's a key change in the structure. The if part, it actually stays in the present tense. Look, if it rains tomorrow. But the result, that's where we jump into the future. We will cancel the trip. That one little word, will, that's our big flashing sign that we've shifted from facts to future possibilities.
So, let's just put it all side by side to make it super clear. The zero conditional is for facts, things that are 1000% true every time. The first conditional, that's for real possibilities, things that are pretty likely to happen. Think of it this way. One's a scientific rule, the other's a weather forecast.
All right, before we finish up, I've got one, and I mean one, golden rule for the first conditional. You absolutely have to remember this. It's probably the most common mistake people make, but once you know it, it's so easy to avoid. Ready? Here it is. The word will never goes in the if part. Ever. It only, and I mean only, belongs in the result part of the sentence. So you say, if I win, not if I will win. And you might wonder why, right? It's because the word if is already doing all the heavy lifting of pointing to that possible future.
So, when you boil it all down, this is so much more than just grammar, right? Conditionals are literally the building blocks of how we think logically. They're the simple, but honestly profound language of cause and effect that we use to figure out our world and make plans for whatever comes next.
So, I'm going to leave you with a final question. And yeah, of course it's going to use the first conditional. If you've now mastered this powerful way of thinking, what will you do next? What are you going to do with this new superpower? Thanks for tuning in.